This is the Mind of the Meanie. Here are your hosts, the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard.
Peace, world, and welcome everybody to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world, according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. We'll cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I'm your tour guide, Adam Barnard, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie! What's on your mind?
How you doing, my friend?
Delightful, man. I'm sore today, but I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. It's a little chilly, but sun shines out. It's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's record on this Saturday. I can't believe it's November.
Yeah, dude.
November 11th, 2020. I can't believe it's fucking November already. 10:14 a.m. I was going to try to get a good night's sleep before we recorded this morning. I was like, I'm going to get a little bit. But then I realized that there was a gimmick on Disney Plus, Hulu, by National Geographic called JFK One Day in America, right?
Oh.
About the whole JFK situation.
Yeah, dude.
Well, a situation about the JFK assassination.
he had a bit of a situation in 63. Yeah.
Yeah, situation. So I'm watching, and this has like this blew my mind because there's like a wrestling tie-in. So I'm watching, and there's interviews with the last surviving witnesses to what happened. Secret Service agents, reporters, and all stuff. So after episode 2, the assassination happens. They're at the police station. They show this reporter come onto the screen, talking. I'm like, wow, that guy looks familiar. Holy shit, what? Huh? And the name comes up. It says Bill Mercer. Bill Mercer was the play-by-play announcer and host of World Class Championship Wrestling.
No shit.
So he's at the police station going, hey, and they flash the name Bill Mercer. I'm like, holy shit. And then they go from the footage from the police station to now, and there's Bill Mercer.
Wow.
Still talking about, the JFK assassination. And holy shit, I was just like, man, Bill Mercer got to witness some tragic events between the assassination of JFK and the tragedy that happened with the Von Erichs, and now with the Iron Claw movie coming out. I wonder if he'll be portrayed in that. But yeah, I'm sitting there like, holy shit. And Mrs. Me is like, wow. I was like, oh, that's Bill Mercer. She's like, I don't know who's Bill Mercer. I was like, oh, World Class Championship Wrestling. Welcome to World Class Championship Wrestling. I'm Bill Mercer. So it's like, wow, great documentary. Yeah, definitely check it out. 3-parter. A lot of weird stuff that happened. The questions that start, making, the conspiracy in me was just like, man, a lot of this shit just happened way too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It happened. They found the guy within 2 hours, and then they knew his whole life story.
Yeah.
The man lived in Russia. He this is that. Like, how did you all know that in like 2-3 hours?
How did we figure that out so quickly in 1963 of all years?
Yeah. And they're all like showing off the rifle, not wearing gloves.
Yeah.
I'm like, you found the weapon, and you're just picking it up all willy-nilly, no gloves, no preserving of prints. I was like, oh man, I hate to be one of those guys, but yeah, this is weird.
Conspiracies. Yeah. They knew way too much, way too soon. There's like no internet back then. There's where you could go, oh, Google this guy, or look this guy up, look at his social media page. They knew everything about this guy in like 2 to 3 hours. Which is, again, it's crazy, right? Like I'm not typically one of those people to buy into it. Knowing the mafia back then, the mafia stories from the that timeline, and the fact that anybody who's listening, you're about to get a history lesson. When Kennedy was elected,
his dad actually like paid off a lot of the mafia outfits. And this is all public record. You can look it up. Like he gave money to the Chicago outfit and New Yorkers and basically like, here, vote for him and he'll leave you alone. John will leave you alone. He'll never bother you. Like whatever. So he becomes president like literally by like that much. And the first thing that happens is he appoints his brother, Robert, to be the attorney general, who then rolls out this like streamlined program about crushing the mafia. And for, 3 years before John was killed, that was Bobby's agenda, was to crush the mafia and Jimmy Hoffa and J. Edgar Hoover was involved in all that. So for me, it's like knowing that the CIA was involved with the Chicago outfit during the Castro portions of, the timeline. It's like, well, there's some shady shit going on here. And I'm not sure I really jive with it all here. But I definitely think that there's, it seems too, like you said, it seems too buttoned up to not be something more insidious, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Back when you had to go to the library and look something up by the Dewey Decimal System.
Using Morse code.
Yeah. We had rotary phones, the Dewey Decimal System. And then, we automatically knew everything about this guy within 2 to 3 hours. Like, come on, man. That just adds political again on the show.
Yeah,
It had that wrestling tie-in. I had to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's a great series. Talking to some of the Secret Service, 2 of the Secret Service guys that were on that detail. Very emotional. Their accounting of it or recounting of it. And, of course, towards the end, JFK's funeral and John Jr. saluting.
Oh, man.
Father's coffin. It's like the Secret Service guys, like even the hardest of, servicemen saw that and started weeping. When his little boy, so it's like, oh my God.
It's awful. Absolutely awful.
There's this, this sense of like, what it was like back then, affected everybody all over there. They had cameras in like Times Square and they're interviewing people, and it's like, wow, what a much simpler time. People standing in corners with handheld radios to their ears and stuff like that. It's crazy.
I was thinking about when you were talking about back then. My dad was born in 1955, so in 1968 that would have made him 13 or 14. Now, he probably would have just been 12, turning 13 when Bobby was killed. And they did the train route through the country, I guess. I don't know if they went from New York or I don't know what they did. They were some train route they took his body on in the coffin. And my dad actually got to see the train go by and saw the coffin in the train. And it was just like hearing that story and then like seeing it. You know what I mean? It's like this weird disparity of like how he lived through that and not having that experience. And being like, wow, you actually saw that. Like that happened during your lifetime. And then having the same conversations with my kids about 9/11. It's just like, it's this weird, we talk about time a lot on here, but it's the truth. It's just like, it's this weird disparity that happens when you're like, oh shit, like you have no concept of what that was like back then. So,
the JFK thing, and then when I was 7, Reagan got shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was alive for Reagan and John Lennon getting shot, which, there's like 3 significant things when I was a kid. I remember Reagan getting shot, John Lennon getting shot, and then I remember Mount St. Helens exploding, which was right around my birthday. I was like, that's not going to ruin my birthday, is it? I'm 7.
I don't want this to ruin anything. Yep.
I'm still getting toys, right? But
I'm trying to think if there was anything major that I can recall. Like I was born in 85, so I like very, very vaguely remember the Berlin Wall coming down. Like very real tiny blips. And
how about the space shuttle?
No, that was 86. That was January. I actually just looked that up. It was January 86. So I think I was like 6 months old when that happened.
I was home from school on a snow day.
Oh, man. You guys watched that on TV, didn't you?
Yeah. It was a snow day. I'm home from school. Dun, 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 ABC breaks through, and and that was my whole day. I just sat in front of the TV while watching live news and find out what happened.
Man, dude,
crazy.
Oh my God, Vanessa Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Shout out to Vanessa in the chat room. The Pope got shot. I remember the Pope getting shot too. And also Bud Dwyer.
I was just going to say, I remember my...
More localized than nationalized, but...
Bud Dwyer, if you're not familiar with him outside of Philadelphia politics, he was I think he was some kind of financial guy. I don't think he was the attorney general, but he was some kind of like a controller in the city of Philadelphia or in Pennsylvania. And he was being charged with fraud. And he shot himself on live TV. He pulled out a gun and, killed himself on TV. And that was huge news. I remember my mom and dad telling me that. Yeah.
I was home from school on a snow day that day too, and we saw it live as it was a live press conference. Yeah. And then the one channel in town fucking replayed the whole thing.
Like, yeah, they replayed it unedited. Like, what are you doing?
I think that was Channel 6 in Philly that replayed it or whatever. It was like, all right, re-traumatized.
That's certainly that's an editorial choice right there. I don't know why you would fucking do that again.
Little piece of useless knowledge, the Filter song "Hey Man, Night Shot" is about the Bud Dwyer shooting, and that's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it when the song first came out.
Yeah,
and there was interviews about but that was about the Bud Dwyer thing, and this in early days of tape trading, underground videos. That was on air, stuff like that. So, but yeah.
Fun fact as well, the very first CKY record is called Volume 1. And the original cover is this crude drawing of Bud Dwyer doing what he did. And when they signed to, I think it was Volcom was their first label, they were like, we can't fucking sell this record like this. So they wouldn't let them sell the record. So the covers, now that they've reclaimed a lot of their masters, that cover is coming back, but the original pressings of that record are worth a pretty substantial penny. So,
wow.
Yeah. So fun fact. But yeah, I, lots of wild shit, man. Like just thinking about timelines and everything else. But I want to mention real fast at the top of the program that the Pod Squad is here. We thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning. We love you all. Please keep your comments coming. And as you know, you can join the Pod Squad today. As you're listening to this, as long as you're not driving, because don't do that shit while you're driving. That's fucking weird. You could pull over, like go to the rest stop, find John Bon Jovi rest stop, and you can pull over and go to patreon.com/mindofthemeanie. Sign up today. Tier starting at just $10. And you get to see our hallway chats and get to see our beautiful faces every time we record. It's win-win, man. But
either the John Bon Jovi or the James Gandolfini rest stop, which I've frequented many ECW. It's weird, like, when you go on road trips, there's so many different habits.
Mm-hmm.
Driving to New York or Boston, there was like we would stop at the same rest areas or whatever. And I can't remember. It's the last rest stop on the Jersey Turnpike right before you get to the New York Thruway. I forget what it was called, but now they've changed it to the James Gandolfini rest area, which they filmed an episode at, I believe on the last season.
Really?
Because I was watching Sopranos and I saw that and they were like at this like restaurant type thing. But I was like, oh my God, that's the fucking so-and-so rest stop, and it's like right next to the Dunkin' Donuts in the rest stop. And I was like, oh. But, there was, we would always stop at that rest stop. And on the way back, there was a rest stop we called the Louis Piccoli rest area because, we had these stickers made up for, in ECW, we had these stickers made up for Louis Piccoli in the vein of Andre the Giant has a posse.
Oh.
But since Louis Piccoli has a clique, because... Louis Piccoli would always do shout outs to the clique on ECW TV. And then he called all the girls and all the women in ECW his chick click. So if you ever saw Louis Spicoli stand up in the ring and do this with the two hands to where it looks like two C's, that's his shout out to the chick click in the locker room. We called that rest stop the Louis Spicoli as a posse rest stop because it was our mission to slap a Louis sticker on. There's one sign we all, put a sticker on there. If we went back and it was missing, we fucking slap another one back on there. Me and Jeff Jones had them made up. It's me and and I still have a pack unopened.
Really?
It's like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
that's cool, man.
Just things, memories, timelines. I do. Like I said, I can't believe it's November. I can't. Me and you were talking about, before we, came on the air. It's like, fuck, how long has this podcast been around? 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years in March. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're almost. What episode are we on now?
This is 190.
Jesus Christ!
So by early next year, we're going to do episode 200. Should we ask Al to come back again? Should we feed him some sugar-free gummy bears and film him live from the toilet?
Yeah. But
get Will Sasso on. He can do his impression of Jesse Ventura just the entire time. Listen, man, you can be on the show, but you can only do it as Jesse.
Yeah,
you could probably do it.
I'd love to have him on. I should try to reach out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll reach out to the guys from Dudesy as well. I think one of the guys they did the Ding Dong song video, which my Daniel loves it so much that that's part of his bedtime routine now. So we watch the Ding Dong song video. So stupid. But the guys, I got to shout out the guys from Pink Bike Ralph in Philadelphia. I think I've told this story before, but Daniel, we call him Eagle Eye. And so if you'll be looking at memes or something on your phone and he'll be standing like on the other side of the room and he chuckles and it's because he's seen something he's not supposed to see. And so he'll go like, and I'm like, stop, like get the fuck out of here. What are you reading it for, right? So the other day, or actually about a year and a half ago, I was on Instagram and I pulled up Baron Corbin's page and it's a photo of him drinking out of a mug. And the mug said, one of his most famous shirts is, "Remember when RoboCop shot that dude in the dick?" And so Danny, out of nowhere, here go, "Dad, that says dick." I'm like, why are you reading this, right? So it became a thing every once in a couple of hours. Danny would come up and he'll go, Daddy, I got to tell you something. He goes, "Do you remember when RoboCop shot that dude in the dick?" And he just runs away laughing, right? So I reached out to the guy from Pink Bike Ralph, and he's making him a kid-size RoboCop shooting that dude in the dick shirt. So
that's amazing.
I'll post a photo on the Patreon page when it comes in. But no, it's like thinking about that kind of shit is just, it's like, I don't know why he, like, I do my best to try to hide that stuff from the kids, but like, he's on the other side of the room. I'm like, how the fuck did you see this, man?
Yeah.
How are you that good? You can't hide anything with kids. Can't hide anything with kids.
No. Just the more you try to, well, dude, when I was a kid, I was trying to see things I wasn't supposed to see. Sneaking in and looking at Playboys or, I remember, when I was a kid, Miss America was it Vanessa Williams? They leaked her, the first, celebrity leak, I guess, or whatever. Not first, but one in my timeline. Yeah. First for me, Vanessa Williams, Miss America. They put her photos in Playboy or whatever. And I think one of my grandparents had it or bought it because they wanted to see it, and then. Before now we would just text and email this stuff. They're like, "Hey, take this down to." They put it in a bag and told me to take it down the street to like a neighbor. I'm like, all right, I'm totally not going to look at this, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So scurry off behind a bush and see some bush, and I had to be quick about it because there's, I'm sure she's looking at her watch, talking to so-and-so on the phone. Is Brian there yet? Almost. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
10 seconds, I'll be there. You got it, guys. That's funny.
Stop talking. I'm concentrating.
Dude, my uncle had an old school Playboy in the top of his drawer. So he had in the basement, he had his room set up down there at my grandparents' house, and it was this old ass like 60s, early like mid 70s fucking Playboy, and you're like, why does this look so old? It's the 90s. What the fuck am I looking at here? Crazy, man.
Dude, I just saw a Playboy from the 80s had Brooke Shields on the cover, and one of the things on the I can't believe I'm about to say this. One of the features in that Playboy was the women. I can't believe it. The women of 7-Eleven. I took a photo of the cover. I'll send it to you.
Oh my God, that's the title of the show.
I'll post it in the Mind and Meanie Facebook group.
Oh my God, dude, that is hilarious.
Women of 7-Eleven. Like they would do a feature of like people who allegedly worked at these places.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure those folks didn't work at 7-Eleven.
Wow. Wait, you mean she wasn't a nurse?
Yeah.
Someone should pull her medical license then. This is ridiculous.
With a Slurpee and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, we found the episode title, that's for sure. The Women of 7-Eleven.
There you go.
Yeah, hey, listen, man. That's
Write it down.
Oh my God, dude. What a time to be alive, man. It was just like the fucking twist in the back of the cable box to get the shit, the squiggly lines on TV.
Yeah.
Man, dude.
Well, when I was a kid, you just had to, if you wanted to listen to the porn channel, you just had to hit the A-B button on the remote.
No shit.
There's a button that said A/B, which I don't know what the fuck it meant.
Yeah.
Well, I know what it meant. I could see some scrambled booby on the porn channel.
Yep.
Did you ever go A-B, and just,
Did you have one of those hot boxes back in the day? My mom had one, and it was like one of the black boxes, the cable boxes. You had it was the coax cable in the back, and you would everything would be scrambled, but then you would fucking unplug it, plug it back in, and you'd get everything. Like all you had to do was do like a quick unplug, twist it in, and you get every fucking channel. Like it was a way to basically buck the system. And I don't think we paid for pay-per-views for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, allegedly, I had one. Allegedly.
I should say allegedly she had one too. I don't know. But
Yeah. Everybody in South Philly allegedly had one. Until they went to digital and everybody's like, what the fuck? I paid $75 for this.
Allegedly paid $75 for this.
Allegedly.
How the fuck am I going to allegedly get my money back? Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that, pal.
We allegedly watched every WWE and WCW pay-per-view that was out there. And then there was the Playboy Channel and Spice Network, and it was like, fucking A, this is great shit.
Spice and Adam and Eve.
That's the other one, yeah.
Yeah, in Philly, that was Channel 78 and 79.
I think it was 97 and 98 or 98 and 99. It was like at the very end of like, it's like the outer rim of fucking cable, you know?
Yeah.
Exegol.
Yeah.
It's the Exegol for all you Star Wars fans out there. It's the very, very end of the universe. It's not, it's like a rumor. You don't even know it actually exists. So it's
the last outpost.
The last outpost. Oh my God. Dude, I got my fucking, speaking of boobies, I got my tattoo done. It's almost done here.
Nice.
Shout out to Alex Miller Tattoo from Local Color on the outskirts of Westchester. I'll see if I can give you my camera here. You can see a little bit here. Again, patreon.com/Mind of the Meanie. I got to get some color work done. Got to get the greens and blues done. But man, I forgot how much shading fucking sucks ass on tattoos.
So itch?
A little bit. A little itchy today. Not terrible.
Yeah. I'm so tempted. I got to get another tattoo. It's not, all my tattoos have some sort of personal meaning.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to figure out what to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna get one soon. My buddy Fred, or as we call him, Fredward. Yeah, he's got a new tattoo shop I want to check out too. So it's weird. Like, I remember back in the day, you could just go to a tattoo shop or go to a barber shop. Now everything's by appointment. I hear people getting appointments for like haircuts.
Yeah.
Which I went to a barber for the first time in forever. There's a spot here in South Philly called Bud's Barbershop on 16th and Rittner, I believe. Either way, I posted this stuff on my Instagram. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, and he did a great job. So, but I'm going to have to make an appointment soon for that. But I definitely have to make an appointment for my next tattoo. I just don't know what I want yet. But it's got to be something personal, maybe localized.
Yeah.
Something Philly, something ECW maybe. Without directly putting the letters ECW on my body, just like a nod and a wink and a nod to ECW or something like that. I just don't know what yet.
I'm just spitballing here. Maybe a portrait of Paul Heyman, maybe like right on your hand or something.
Oh yeah.
I'm just thinking out loud for you, pal.
Yeah.
If I may.
Hello, sir.
He's going to induct you this year, right? He's going to be the one.
Thank you, sir. No, thank you, sir.
I mean, he's definitely going in this year, right? Like, you guys, it's inevitable.
It's up to Paul. I mean, Paul still thinks he's young enough to keep going, and Paul might decline it, because I have so much more to do, sir. But seriously, like Paul, he thinks he could go for another 100 years, probably. He in Paul's mind, he hasn't his best work as awesome as Paul Heyman has been. He thinks his best work is still yet to come. So I don't know. He might decline it. If I'm thinking, the way I think he would think, but. They gotta do something ECW.
Yeah.
When they come to town, they it's inevitable. They have to, because they couldn't do. They've done it for every other promotion. When WrestleMania's going to Texas or Georgia or whatever, they've honored. Detroit maybe they did the Sheik or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. They've always done something, and. Philly was still a thing when they ran Philly. For 15. Now they're coming back. They got to do something.
Yeah. They just announced the big lineup. I think they're doing Friday Night SmackDown. That night is going to be the Hall of Fame ceremony. Saturday before night one is going to be NXT Stand and Deliver. And then they're doing Monday Night Raw Monday night as well in Philly. So it's going to be
Thursday?
NXT, I think, is Saturday morning. Saturday before. No, it's okay. Saturday before night one starts. And then they just also announced Wale Mania, which I think I'm most excited for. The rapper Wale is going to be there. There's always big guests and, very, like, people from all different promotions will be there. And it's like a big rap concert and it's going to be a good time. But usually a good time. But I feel like I'm going to have to take off the entire week from work. Like, I'm just going to have to be in Philly. Sleep. I'm going to just sleep in your backyard. I'll just stay out there, park the car somewhere. That's what you guys do. I'll bring my my lawn chair because I know the rules in Philly. You put a lawn chair in the spot, no one can park there. So
savings.
That's right. That's savesies. I mean, them's the rules. So
yeah.
Now it's going to be exciting, man. I'm just looking forward to seeing you in your blue suit, your blue tuxedo, with your blue your sports entertainment glasses,
like Dumb and Dumber, with the blue tuxedo.
Dude, how fucking... I mean, that would be cool, though. That would be... I'm looking forward to seeing that. Meanie!
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to spice up your Thanksgiving?
Ready as I'll ever be.
As we dive headfirst into mountains of mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce, let's talk about the unsung hero of the holiday season. It's the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. That's right, Meanie. It's time to go cold turkey on your old razor and take care of your own turkey leg with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Visit manscaped.com right now and use promo code MINDMeanie for 20% off plus free shipping, and enjoy Thanksgiving in style with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. Gobble, gobble, boys, and gobble, gobble to you, Meanie. Let's talk about this new product here. How has it helped you and the little tiny meanies downstairs after years of using the wrong product?
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing, man. I am thankful for Manscaped and the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, because I could take care of my my little cranberries and my turkey leg there, and I could go into the holiday feeling confident and secure that when I'm stuffing my face and I'm doing some stuffing later on, that I don't look like a fool. So thank you. I'm very thankful to my Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra.
And Meanie, the one thing that we don't want to have is poor grooming be the topic of the dinner conversations at the table. Lord knows it's already going to be awkward enough. So with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, you'll be able to be the talk of the table. It's waterproof, so you can groom wet or dry. And let's face it, we all want to look our best before carving that bird, if you know what I'm saying. The LED spotlight ensures you don't miss a spot, even in low-life situations. And speaking of carving, the dual skin-safe blade heads are your best teammates. The trimmer blade takes care of business, while the foil blade gives you an irresistibly sleek finish, like a winning touchdown at your Thanksgiving table. Little John and the Eastside Boys have never looked better. And for my guys who go back for seconds, Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle for the man who deserves it all. This bad boy Meanie is the whole plate and dessert. Included is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose trimmer, Manscaped's liquid formulations, and 2 Meanie, count it, 2 free gifts. Unbelievable, right?
Unbelievable.
Now that you've tackled the fur, it's time to make sure you smell like royalty with the Crop Soother Aftershave Lotion and the Crop Preserver Anti-Chafe Ball Deodorant. Once they touch your sack, you'll never go back. The gift of Manscaped doesn't stop there. The bundle comes with 2 free gifts: Manscaped's Boxers 2.0 Premium Underwear and the Shed 2.0 Toiletry Bag. Once you're done shaping up, it's only right you put those put your pants presents in the best wrapping of all. They're seriously the best boxers I've ever worn. I get them. I probably have them send me a refresh once a month because I absolutely love them. So go ahead right now, Meanie, right today, before you get to that Thanksgiving table, go right now to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie. That's right, it's 20% off plus free shipping with the promo code MINDMeanie at manscaped.com. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you, and we thank Manscaped for sponsoring the program. But I'm trying to think. Hoskins. Did they release Hoskins from the Phillies? Am I hearing this correctly?
It looks like it's going to be that way. Unfortunately.
What happened?
Well, no. Here's the thing. Reese. For those outside of Philadelphia, Reese Hoskins, first baseman of Philadelphia Phillies, is eligible to be a free agent this year. And then everything that happened with Bryce Harper and his elbow, he went from being in right field, and then he came back to be a designated hitter. But now that his arm's fully healed, the safest position for Bryce Harper is first base, which is Reese Hoskins' position. So, a little, hot stove. I guess it's hot stove season. We talk about what's going on in the winter baseball. So supposedly Reese Hoskins will be a free agent. Aaron Nola will be a free agent. I don't think the Phillies are going to re-sign him because his number's going to be way too high. And there's talks of the Phillies trading Nick Castellanos.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
So, don't know. They were paying him a lot, but he was a little bit streaky, you know. But that bums me out. It all bums me out. Aaron Nola has been one of the longest reigning Phillies. Him and Hoskins. Yeah. Well, Hoskins, I think he was in there longer than him. I'm not sure. But, to see those two dudes go who came up through the Philly system.
Yeah.
I could see Nola going to St. Louis. Mm-hmm. Or Hoskins going to St. Louis. St. Louis looks like they're going to try to rebuild. Or I heard Hoskins with Boston, but who knows?
That's a shame.
Castellanos is from Miami, so there's a chance they might, trade him to Miami. And then the rumor everybody's talking about is trying to get Mike Trout to the Phillies from the A's.
Yeah.
Mike Trout, from the area. He's from South Jersey, but, like I've always said, South Philly owns New Jersey from Trenton down.
Yeah.
So from Trenton up is New York.
Mm-hmm.
From
South Trenton.
Yeah, Central Jersey down. South Philly. Central Jersey up. Like the Mason-Dixon, what would you call it? Not the Mason-Dixon line, but
yeah, that's a good question. We got to come up with something good for it.
The south of our Mason-Dixon would be the John.
The
Nick John line.
Yeah. The Trenton John line.
Yeah. Or, like Philly has so many slang words like John. What does New York have? Anything?
Oh, they got a bunch of stuff, man. Joe. When you're acting Joe, that's one from New York. When you're acting Joe, it means you're acting like out of pocket, like you're out of bounds, acting like an idiot.
Like Pesci.
What's that?
Like Pesci?
Yes, yeah. Pesci. Now, I learned a bunch of stuff being with some of the younger people at work. When I was in Philly, they would teach me all the good new words. But another one is that the kids are using is Riz.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it means.
James has tried to explain it to me multiple times. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm like, am I old? Am I lame now? I'm fucking lame, aren't I? Yeah.
We are.
Fuck, dude.
We're officially lame.
I didn't think it would happen that quickly, but.
Yeah. Yeah, just, yeah. And John is just a offshoot of joint.
Yeah.
Like a Spike Lee joint, you look at somebody wearing some new Nikes. Oh man, them joints are hot.
Yep.
So eventually that just morphed into the John somehow. Some mumble mouth went, oh, look at them Johns instead of saying joint. And then that just took off. But yeah.
Now that you mentioned Spike Lee, I hope that if he does make a movie in Philadelphia, he obviously utilizes the Spike Lee John. I feel like that would be the only acceptable thing. Yeah. So, well, it's a shame about fucking Hoskins. I like watching him play. And Castellano, I didn't realize they were looking to get rid of him, but
they're thinking that's the rumor.
Yeah.
I listen to sports talk all day, and
right.
That's basically my feed. People are like, oh, you keep keeping up. No, I'm keeping up on Philly sports. The wrestling news will come to me.
Yeah, it'll filter in.
Yeah, I don't have to seek it out. It'll just come to me. I have to seek out the sports stuff. But speaking of sports, went to the 2300 Arena on Sunday and watched Eagles defend their turf against the Dallas Cowboys, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. How many points did we beat those shitheads by?
Yeah, it was 28-23?
I think so.
Yeah, that was a cool experience. Shout out to Roger at the 2300 Arena. They have there's the main arena, and then they've built this like bar, like out, wherever in the East Arena, 2300 Arena. I always get the 25-cent tour, and where the new entrance to the building is actually where it was like the entrance to. The backstage area of the sub arena and stuff like that. So they've totally converted that area out and made this wonderful bar with like a bunch of like 5 or 6 TVs, big ass TVs, and they got a full like restaurant set up. So went to the 2300 Arena, had some great food, some great drinks, and watched the game. And shout out to them. They're trying to. They're doing like every game. You get if you're an Eagles fan, you're in Philly. Go down to Bar 2300, which is inside the 2300 Arena, and you can watch the games, and then have some great food. I think I'm going to be down there for the next Eagles Cowboys game, which is an away game. But shout out to my buddies over at the A2 Radio Sport. They do Philly sports. It's A2 Radio. Agree to disagree. A2D Radio. Agree to disagree radio. Because Mike came out and Mike Chromiak from there came out and we were watching the game and might do it like a live remote from there. So cool. Let's figure something out. Talk sports, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an interesting game. High anxiety.
Yeah.
Filled game. Yeah, dude, just where do you even start? It's like, as I'm wearing this shirt, you can only see on the Patreon, my Dallas We Hate You shirt with a group of fans. Like if you've ever watched like NFL films, go on YouTube and look up the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry, which the word rivalry is my rival. And you see this guy going, Dallas, we hate you. And when somebody went and made this shirt, and I got it just in time for 3 days after the fucking game. But yeah, the Eagles Cowboys rivalry is pretty fucking intense in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how the younger generation sees it, but yeah, it's always been a thing. People are like, then you get the guys who are, the Eagles Giants, that's more intense to me. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Eagles Giants are more like Eagles Giants are like the ugly cousins that like always argue, but then when the outsider comes in, we gang up on the outsider, which is usually the Cowboys fan. Mm-hmm. And then, Washington's just like the cousin Oliver of the NFC East. They're just like, nah, go away. You're here. You're present. You put up a fight every now and then, but stop it. But yeah, the game was pretty intense, pretty good, and the Eagles are struggling a little bit on defense because they got so many injuries. Mm-hmm. Monty Maddox went out like the first couple weeks, and Roby went out for a little bit, but he's going to be back for the Chiefs game. And then unfortunately, Dallas Goddard got an arm injury, which is going to have him out for 4 weeks.
Oh, geez.
But the bright side of that is the Eagles are on their bye week, so technically he's only going to be gone for like 3 weeks. But it's one of those games where you go, man, this game's a classic because we won.
Right. We wouldn't talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, whoever would have won this game, it would have been a classic for their fan base. Yeah. So this is one of those classics where, the Eagles, scored the first touchdown. Cowboys tied. Then Cowboys went ahead. But then, it became like a battle of wills. Just like, the Cowboys only gave up the Cowboys only scored like 6 points in the second half. The Eagles' defense, as much as they're struggling right now, were able to, hold them off. Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch the game at all?
I watched parts of it. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to. The kids, I think, bogarted the TV, but the stuff I saw was very nail biting. Like it was very like, okay, we're great, we're doing a great job, we're smoking them, and then oh fuck, they're pulling up. There was one play in particular that I remember watching, and I drawn a blank, but I remember just being like, oh god, this is not good. Like there were moments, you know what I mean? It's like every Phillies sports game though. It's like there's moments where everything is fucking great. And then, oh my God, I'm going to drink bleach. And now, okay, we won. Fuck Dallas. I knew this was going to happen,
Yeah, there was a...
What was it? I texted you about it. What was the play? It was a catch. It was one of the it Hurts threw it to somebody, and I remember saying, "Oh my god, it was an amazing catch." I just can't. It was like it was a touchdown. Remember
the Smitty touchdown?
That's the one I was thinking of. Right.
You couldn't have put the ball in a better spot.
Yeah.
For Smith to catch it.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Ironically, the Dolphins threw a similar touchdown to against the Eagles. A couple weeks prior, and that same corner in the end zone, which I was like, see us to be able to do is like fucking A. And then after he scored a touchdown, they went to do the alley oop. He alley ooped it to. Oh my god, I am off today because I was too busy talking. I'm like Kelly Bundy when she's on that game show where she has so much knowledge in her head, and then like if you introduce a new piece of knowledge, the other not. So he alley oops it to AJ Brown, and they're reenacting this Wade fucking LeBron dunk where like Wade's with his arms out like this, and you see the dunk in the background, and it's become a meme. But yeah, it was probably one of the best touchdowns of the year. Yeah, for the Eagles. But yeah, there's the Eagles went ahead, and the Cowboys, went to throw a touchdown, and it ended up being a yard short. Mm-hmm. And then there was one touchdown where like they're trying for the 2-point conversion.
Right.
Okay, they did the one touchdown with the 2-point conversion, and then Dak, in typical Cowboys fashion, while he's running to scramble to run in for the 2-point conversion, steps out of bounds. So there's a couple things where like the Cowboys lost in typical Cowboys fashion, where it's just like laughable. Whether it's Tony Romo fumbling a go-ahead field goal on the 1 yard line and scrambling to get it, and he gets tackled by the Seahawks, or just the whole Eagles 44-6 game. The launch the Eagles into the playoffs, or last year with the Cowboys against the 49ers, where Zeke snaps the ball to Dak, and Dak, they're trying to do a hurry up drill in Dallas against San Francisco, and he runs and slides and doesn't know doesn't have enough time to clock the ball.
He's the fucking worst. Watching him play is painful. I was watching the stats. Dan, what do you call him, buddy?
This is a drizzling shit.
That's what he fucking is. Like watching some of the shit that they had on the screen where it was like, oh, Jalen Hurts is like, in the top 5 or whatever it is. I don't know if it's like, yards thrown or, like passes completed, whatever it is. Fucking Prescott, dead last in the whole fucking league for everything. He sucks.
Yeah, like points when coming from behind, Jalen Hurts was the first.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And Dak is last.
Dead fucking last, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine trying to build your franchise around that shit.
But here's what's infuriating. Like the people, after the game going, oh, well, Dak, he played a great game. He stepped out of bounds on a crucial play. Like if he would have made that 2-point conversion, on the final drive of the play, all they had to do was kick a field goal and tie and go to overtime. Right? He threw they have a tight end, Ferguson, who I kept yelling, "Turd Ferguson!" Anytime he put the ball, I went, "Turd Ferguson!" Turd Ferguson, funny hat, funny name.
No, that's not my name.
Yeah,
yeah. What do you want?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm derailing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He threw the pass to Turd Ferguson, and it was a yard short because the guy went down to one knee before the ball broke the plane.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on that same play, if you watch, number 3 was wide open in the middle of the fucking field that Dak didn't even bother looking at. He could have scored a touchdown there.
Stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid.
But
sucks.
I think this might have been the first head-to-head with Dak and Jalen Hurts. Last year, Eagles, Cowboys. Dak was hurt. Second one, Dak was back. Jalen was hurt. And the Cowboys still almost lost to Gardner Minshew. But, just it'll be interesting. The stretch coming up for the Eagles is going to be rough. They got to bye this week. Then they got the Chiefs, which I would normally say flip a coin.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs defense has been keeping them in the games. Chiefs offense hasn't been as good as they were, but their defense has been stellar in keeping them in the game. Where
as good as last year?
Their defense is pretty good this year.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're ranked or whatever, but just from what my eyes tell me, I'm like, oh man, their defense is pretty good. But then again, they recently just beat the Dolphins, so who knows?
Right.
The Dolphins don't have a winning record against teams with a winning record. They've only beaten people with losing records.
Oh, jeez.
So that's hard to gauge. But the Eagles Chiefs game should be a good one, where the Eagles offense is clicking.
Yeah.
But the defense is doing okay. But because they had their two fourth stringers and playing in the backfield for the Eagles. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in this the coming weeks. This is going to be the tough stretch. They got the Chiefs, they got the Bills at home, they got the 49ers at home. The 49ers game's going to be fucking lit.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be crazy.
They said the Eagles Cowboys game had 27 million viewers.
Wow. 27 million?
27 million
Holy
viewers.
Shit, man.
So with everything that happened between the Eagles and the 49ers in that last game, in that NFC Championship game, I'm pretty sure that game's going to be, the ratings on that one should be through the roof as well.
For sure. For sure.
But the 49ers and then the Seahawks, who are low-key good. They're doing good, but they're up in Seattle, so nobody really knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Eagles got a good chance with this. The only one I'm really worried about is Kansas City, and that's because they're at Kansas City.
Right.
Kansas City's a rabid sports town just like Philly. So there's going to be quite the atmosphere. But that 49ers game's going to be fucking lit.
Do you think there's going to be any issue with Jalen Hurts? It looked like that's what I was thinking about. He almost got hurt. They fucking clipped him in the knee and looked like he hyperextended or did something. I was like, oh my God. Do you think that's going to be an issue going forward?
Well, no. Jalen's, from all the people I follow, they say Jalen has been dealing with a bone bruise, a bone bruise in his knee. And that shot that he took in the Cowboys game just kind of re-aggravated it.
I see.
But if you saw it, he got up and ran to the dressing room, and we're like, oh, man, I hope he runs back out. He ran back out, and that second half, he did a couple scrambles where he ran. So he looks like he's doing all right. I forget what game. It might have been the Dolphins game where he came out in the second half with a knee brace.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, my God, he's wearing a knee brace. What's going on? But he's just been dealing with a bone bruise. So, but what that does is it puts to rest the notion that Jalen Hurts is a running quarterback, which is bullshit. His rushing yards have gone down, but his passing rate has gone way up because he's standing in the pocket. He's surveying the field and throwing the ball and hitting passes that putting him in places where only the receiver can get him.
Right.
There was one pass to Smith where he threw it and there was three fucking Cowboys around him and only Smith was could have been able to catch that ball. And it's like, holy shit, man.
Wow. The accuracy is crazy. Watching him play is something special, man.
Yeah, we got lucky, man. They drafted him when we had Carson Wentz as our quarterback.
God.
And look, I gave Carson Wentz I was a Carson Wentz defender for a good bit. His first year was okay. First year, he became the quarterback with 2 days' notice because Sammy Sleeves, fucking, what's his name? Sam Bradford was our quarterback.
That's it. Yeah.
Here's the chain of events. Teddy Bridgewater was the Vikings quarterback. They were practicing. He blew out his knee. Minnesota's without a quarterback. The Eagles trade Sam Bradford to Minnesota.
Yep.
And then Carson Wentz, who was supposed to be a red-shirted third-string quarterback just to learn the system for the year, is thrust into the quarterback position. Does well. And then in the second year as our quarterback, he was lights out.
Yeah.
He was in the running for the MVP. And then he got his knee tore up against the Rams. And then the ballad of Nick Foles started. Nick Foles took us to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl.
Legend has it. He's still unraveling it in the locker room.
Yes.
It's like a baguette. Yep.
Stop looking, stop staring.
Praise be to Big Dick Nick.
And then, the following year, there's a problem with Carson's back.
Mm-hmm.
They go back to the playoffs with Foles again.
Yeah.
And it was almost the same scenario if Alshon hadn't dropped that pass.
Yeah.
And then the following year, that was 2017, 2018, then 2018, 2019, 2019 to 2020. Carson actually carries the team on his back with a bunch of second and third string receivers and wins the NFC East.
Right.
First game in the playoffs against the Seattle Seahawks, and he gets cheap shotted from behind and concussed. And there's no way you're not going to convince me that was a dirty hit.
Oh, of course it was. It looked like a dirty hit.
First couple plays of the his first 4 snaps of playoffs, and he's concussed out of the game. Yeah,
come on, that was an intentional fucking move.
Yeah, and then that offseason they draft Jalen Hurts, which they wanted the Eagles pride themselves on being a quarterback factory, self-imposed quarterback factory.
Yeah,
and I'm sure when you've been replaced by one guy and he won the Super Bowl, and the same guy almost goes to the Super Bowl the next year, and then you finally get your chance to go to the playoffs, but you get knocked out, and then they draft a guy in the second round. That's the thing. Hurts was drafted in the second round. When you're concussed and highly emotional, that doesn't help. So the next season, the 2020 season, Carson was dog shit because I think he was still suffering, effects from the concussion, and then seeing your future backup, drafted in the draft with a second round pick.
Yeah,
he was playing under pressure and making bad decisions, but he got traded. He traded to the Colts, went to Washington. Washington didn't work out. And then he was without a team, and this recently he just signed with the LA Rams. So, I'm all about a good human interest story. I hope Carson Wentz does well with the Rams, as long as it's not against the Eagles.
Yeah.
Supposedly he was the equivalent of his attitude was kind of like he thought he knew more than the people who were coaching him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was playing great. He's playing lights out, the first couple seasons, and they got hurt and then concussed and all this stuff. And allegedly his, attitude in the locker room was,
not great. Yeah.
But now that he's been without a team for it, maybe this will be a humbling experience, and I'm all for the comeback.
Yeah.
So, as long as it doesn't affect my Eagles, I want to see Carson Wentz do well.
Yep. You know, Meanie,
What's that, Adam?
we hear this a lot. Every CBD company tells you that their product is the best. With quality control measures like lab testing and QR codes now becoming the standard, it can start to seem like all CBD brands are the same, but I'm here to tell you something, Meanie. They are not. Knowing what makes certain brands better will help you spend your money more wisely and have more confidence as you incorporate CBD oils, topicals, capsules, or gummies into your own wellness routine. And that's why we're proud to partner with Green Road CBD as an official sponsor of Mind of the Meanie. And Meanie, I know you're a longtime user of Green Road CBD. How has Green Road CBD helped you in your life?
Let me tell you, Green Road CBD is a product I've been using for years. And when we started Mind and Meanie, I always was like, let's get Green Roads as a sponsor because I use them almost daily. Whether it's the gummies, to take care of the aches and pains of 30 years of wrestling, the topical solutions that help my knees, help my back, help my elbows, help my shoulders. Green Road CBD has done everything to help me maintain a pain-free existence from all the years of wear and tear as a professional wrestler.
And to me, Meanie, that sounds like the Green Road's difference. And it comes down to a really few important points. They're just part of the reason that they've won industry awards year after year, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and have heard countless stories from customers just like you about the impact that those products have had on your life. So Green Roads is led by a compounding pharmacist with 25 years of experience helping her community getting healthy. For her and the entire company, it's more than just a job, it's a mission. And not all hemp sourcing is equal, Meanie. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. But they select their hemp from high-quality American farms. And also, not all lab testing is equal, which is why they use an accredited independent lab to conduct full panel tests on every single batch. And that's why Green Roads is an original manufacturer, not just a quote-unquote white label brand. So right now, you can go to greenroads.com, Meanie, and save 25% off of your entire purchase. Wow. 25% off of everything, Meanie. That's huge. And all you have to do is go to their website right now, greenroads.com, and use promo code MEANIE at checkout. That's 25% off your entire purchase by using promo code MEANIE at greenroads.com. Own the day with Green Road CBD, and we thank them for sponsoring the program. One thing I want to see do well right now is me asking you a question, sir.
Oh.
Are you ready to ask Meanie?
I would love to.
It's time to ask Meanie anything.
Ask me something.
I can't remember what regular air smells like.
Don't forget to tweet us your questions using the hashtag AskMeanie, and you may hear them on the program. And Meanie, I believe we have both remembered our seltzers today. What did you bring today on this fine Saturday morning?
I have Waterloo sparkling water spiced apple.
Oh, man, I bet that smells so fucking good.
Yeah,
man. I fucking splurged and got the good shit, the sparkling ice raspberry lemonade. I have this and the berry lemonade, which are my favorite flavors. And we're going to crack these right now in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, it smells so good. And pinkies up. Oh, yeah.
Which is great for audio. Not too shabby.
How's it taste?
Good. I got some on my glasses, too. So.
They're the sports entertainment glasses, so it works for the moment. Yeah.
Sports entertainment glasses,
that's right.
Yes.
Friend of the show, Carlo Carlson wants to know, hey, fellas, Tommy Dreamer invites old Blue and Goob to an ECW reunion Thanksgiving potluck. What do Blue and Goob bring to make the party right? That's a fucking great question.
What are you like food?
Yeah, I guess we can bring whatever we want. I know what I'm going to bring.
I'll bring a cheesecake with a fine graham cracker crust because I am a cheesecake with a graham cracker crust mark.
I'm going to bring thumbtacks. I feel like that's the right move. I don't know why. I just feel like I show up with a bag of thumbtacks and it's like, oh, okay, this seems right.
I brought that roll of razor wire you asked for. But yes. That's what I would bring.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay
some fat, I think of food.
Hey, listen, as long as you bring a cheesecake for me, man, I'll be fucking set, dude.
Fatty brought food.
Fatty, fall down. Mark in Dryden wants to know 2 questions in one. Do you think the NWA lost its TV deal due to Jim Mitchell's cocaine spot on the pay-per-view? Also, is this an overreaction by the CW or not?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I wish they wouldn't have done that spot. Mm-hmm. I love Billy. I love Jim Mitchell. To me, Jim Mitchell's an underrated manager. Great talker, great promo. I love Billy. Consider him a good friend. It's so weird what freaks networks out. You can hit somebody with a steel chair and you can bleed all over the place, but do a line of coke and.
Well, right, that's kind of my issue. It's like, yeah, was the spot great? Maybe not, but like, AEW's got guys gushing blood every fucking week, and this is what, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that and what was I going to say? It was on a pay-per-view, which I'm sure they wouldn't have done it on their regular show,
Yeah.
But still, I just wish they wouldn't have done it because, knowing how the network's kind of freaking out about it. But to me, it's just like, how can I can watch somebody do drugs on a network television show that's not real, and he didn't really do coke on, whatever.
Right.
But I think the network overreacted a little bit. I get it, but they're thinking in a way of sponsorships and stuff like that. You can't do a line of coke on your wrestling show, but you can sell ads for big dick pills, just.
Right. Where's the line here? Like you're.
Yeah. Well, we saw where the line was, and Jim snorted it, but.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But I think the reaction's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But it's stupid, but I get it. But everything's hypocritical, pick your drug. If you drank a beer, would you be as upset?
Right.
People get drunk and drive, and get drink and drive or whatever. You sell Levitra pills, and or some kind of pill that the side effects sound worse than the thing you actually have.
Honest to God, man. Yeah.
Side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, explosive diarrhea.
Violent and aggressive diarrhea.
Yeah. A South Valley fucking rhea.
Anal leakage.
Or as we call it, dude, look. Yeah. Which I was experiencing yesterday in the ShopRite bathroom. Oh, I told that story off air. I'm sorry.
Wow. That's okay.
You have to join the Patreon for that story.
A little teaser for you there. A little taste of what we were talking about.
Yeah, you get a show before the show on the patreon.com/meanie. But dude, every time I go I love the Oregon Diner.
Oh yeah,
which is right in South Philly on the 3rd and Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
I know 3rd and Oregon. I always confuse Snyder and Oregon, but which I don't know why. But 3rd and Oregon. But the Oregon Diner is a cure for constipation.
Yes.
And we get what me and Mrs. Meanie, Mrs. Meanie coined the phrase. We get dinerrhea. Because as soon as you leave that fucking place, Katie barred the fucking door. You got a fucking chocolate monsoon in your pants. Fucking Dwyer, the toilet bowl. Or as I call it, the private bile from Full Metal Jacket. Spray the fucking. You Muda missed the fucking porcelain.
Muda. I can't. Bud Dwyer in the toilet. It's just so fucking
bowl. The original Bud Bowl.
Oh my God. Sugar Shane wants to know top 5 underrated bands of all time.
Oh, wow.
That's a hefty question, pal.
There's so many. I'm afraid to say call somebody underrated when they're actually rated.
Maybe then we can just say. I mean, we've talked about like bands that are actually good that people shit on, but underrated.
I think the Black Crowes are underrated, but most people would think they're rated. Shit.
I don't know.
The Tubes. The band The Tubes are pretty good.
The Struts too. I feel like the Struts are like under the radar.
The Struts are very underrated. I'm so glad you brought that up. Just talk to Luke for a second there. Luke Spiller from the Struts.
Mm-hmm.
Got to meet him at the MMR barbecue right before the lockdown. It's actually on my birthday.
Oh,
MMR barbecue was on my birthday a couple years ago. And it was the Struts, Fozzy, Shinedown, Joan Jett. So I went there and I was like, and I was like, I see somebody go, hey, thanks for playing my birthday party, But the guys from Shinedown, they were awesome. Cool. Struts, they were awesome. Hung out with Fozzy for a little bit. Hung out with Jericho. Got a photo. One of my friend who's a concert photographer snapped a photo of Jericho singing, and I'm in the background on the stage just chill.
Oh, that's cool.
But that night. Well, that night wasn't the first time I saw the Struts. I first saw the Struts when they opened up for the Foo Fighters in Camden. And Luke Spiller, like the Struts were a band in England. And then Dave Grohl did this interview on British radio, and he said the Struts are the future of rock and roll. And that moment, everybody was calling to book the Struts for this, that, and the other thing, and the Struts took off. So the Foo Fighters took the Struts on tour, and Luke is amazing.
Yeah,
great singer. And the whole band's amazing. I'm so glad you brought up the Struts. And during the Foo Fighters set, they have this tradition of introducing somebody from the band, and that person from the band plays like a cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like part of a cover, like Chris, the guitar player from the Foos, Chris Shiflett will play like a Van Halen riff. Nate, the bass player, will play, another one, Bites the Dust. Pat Smear, he'll play the MTV theme from the 80s. But then Taylor Hawkins, rest in peace, miss you, would come out and sing Under Pressure. But now they're doing the tour with the Struts, and they bring up Luke to do the Freddie Mercury part.
Oh, no shit.
And it's fucking perfect. Wow. If you can find it on YouTube, the Foo Fighters with Luke Spiller doing Under Pressure, amazing.
Wow, I definitely see that.
My number one underrated band right now would be the Struts. Of right now, of all time. Let's see.
I'd probably say the Struts. I think is my answer too.
Struts are number one. To do a top 5 is hard.
Yeah,
because I know I'm gonna leave somebody out and be mad at myself because I forgot them.
Yeah.
I could say Dokken, and somebody go, "What are you talking about?"
Everybody knows Dokken. Yeah,
I love Dokken. I love Rat. I love the whole 80s era. Dokken, Rat. Warrant was good. Mm-hmm. Lyrically, Jamie Lane was a really good lyricist. But they were stuck in a time where the hair band era.
Yeah.
If Warrant came around in the 70s, people would be still going, "Oh man, what a classic band," But I'm just going to say one band. I'll say the Struts.
Yeah.
The Struts are definitely underrated.
Our last question of the day comes from Justin.
How about you?
Oh, for me? I'd say the Struts.
I'm interested in who you think's underrated.
I mean, I would say the Struts, man. Honestly, like that was my first answer. Was like I saw them open for the Foo Fighters in 2018, and I actually just posted a picture of that I took of Luke when he was singing. It's one of my favorite pictures. It's on my Instagram, and I just thought they were great. Every time they're on the radio, I just fucking love them. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of like Elliott Smith. I think he's a really underrated singer.
Dude, I was just listening to Elliott Smith the other day.
Hey, he's fucking great, dude. Love Elliott Smith.
Talk about a mysterious life. His death was mysterious.
Yes, it was. Very mysterious. Like something off happened there for sure.
They found the Reader Digest says Elliott Smith, underrated singer, songwriter, composer. Go out and get what was the album? Figure Eight. What's it called?
Yeah, there's Figure Eight and Either Or. Those are his classic fucking records. Yeah.
Yes. There's a I can't think of the documentary. Oh my God. Now you got me wanting to go down this rabbit hole. I listened to Elliott Smith the other day. I was listening to Figure Eight.
Yeah.
But he was found dead with a knife in his chest.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was self-inflicted or somebody did it to him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the way that I don't know, man. I have again, like, not to be a conspiracies, but like,
right.
There's a lot of fucking evidence that suggests this guy was fucking killed by somebody. Like, it just doesn't check out. Like, I won't get into the specifics. You can look it up. This is not what we do on the show here, but like, there's just so much shit that's there. Like, man, fucking, so I remember like learning about Elliott Smith. I think it was 96 or 97. When did Good Will Hunting come out? Because Good Will Hunting is one of my favorite movies of all time. And he did, like, I guess they knew, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck knew about him in the music scene. And he scored, like, Between the Bars is on the record, or on the movie. And then Angelus is in, like, this real pivotal scene, like this transition scene in the movie. And then he wrote a song called Miss Misery for the movie. Yes. And it was actually nominated for an Academy Award because it was so good. And just fucking.
He performed it at the Oscars.
Yeah, he performed it with Robin Williams, who did Blame Canada, which won. That was the same year that Blame Canada was nominated for the Oscar and won the Oscar. But no, man, I had no idea you were an Elliott Smith fan. That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just found a trove of unreleased stuff. There's like a unreleased double album I just found on the interwebs.
No shit.
Yeah,
I was gonna say send it over my way. It's actually gonna be my next tattoo. I'm gonna do like kind of a combination of. I'm doing like a line drawing of where he's sitting in the cover of Either Or smoking a cigarette, and then I'm gonna take some of the red, like from the cigarette smoke. I'm gonna take some of the red lines from the Figure Eight cover and put it like as it's kind of wrapping up my arm. So
let me see. What's my favorite Smith song? I can't say. I got to give me a second. I got to type it in.
I think if I'm talking about Elliott Smith, I'm talking about my favorite song by him. I would probably say Yes is my favorite record. That's on the Either Or. If you're going to start anywhere with Elliott Smith, I would say start with Either Or. You can also go back and find his older stuff. He was with a band called Heatmeister for a while, and they have a lot of really great stuff. And then there was some disparity between the group, and he went solo. And talk about like a really sad life. Like just, like.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs is Junk Bond Trader.
Yeah.
Junk Bond Trader.
Great records, man.
I want to play it, but I want us to get on fucking YouTube.
Well, what we'll do is we'll share the links in the Patreon group, so you can come and take a look at it there.
I think this is official YouTube. Let me see. Yeah. Well,
Junk Bond Trader.
The top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says topic Elliott Smith, but like it's the whole Figure Eight album's on.
Yeah. Just a great record.
Yeah, underrated. Yeah, I'm dude. You just. This lots of memories from my brain.
Man.
Yeah, Struts definitely, because the Struts have that glam rock, 70 like a T-Rex kind of vibe that I like. The Elliott Smith is just kind of has his like Beatles type thing going on.
Yeah, dude, there definitely is like almost like a Lennon-esque, like that double fantasy timeline where he was doing a lot of the acoustic stuff. Yeah.
The Drunk Bond Trader has like orchestral pieces in it that kind of remind me of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so good.
Man, that's so fucking cool. I had no idea. It's rare. Like it's
that piano piece in Drunk Bond Trader is fucking great.
Yeah, dude. Man, I can't fucking wait to spin that record. My brother David from Quakertown, he's the one that initially like kind of reintroduced me to Elliott Smith in I think it was like the early 2000s. And I just like from that point on, it was like, okay, I'm here. I'm with this guy. So, I'm trying to think there's anybody else, man. The Struts, Elliott Smith. I mean,
I could easily say the Cars, but they're probably rated.
Well, Meanie, I want to thank you for answering these questions again every single week with us here. Like I said, you can go and use your hashtag #AskMeanie and drop your questions for us. And as a reminder, y'all, as a fun programming note, in 2 weeks, on Thanksgiving week, we're going to have an entire Ask Meanie episode. So be sure to ask your questions. Sure. Drop them to us on Twitter because we're never fucking calling it X. Don't ask us to do that. No. Drop it to us anywhere on our Instagram and let us know. Meanie, I want to thank you as always for doing this program with me. I want to thank the Pod Squad for being here as well today. But also, before we wrap up, I want to know where everyone can keep up to date with Blue when they're not listening to you.
Thank you, sir. Follow the Blue Meanie on all forms of social media. That's Facebook, Twittergram. That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and now Threads at Blue Meanie BWO on all forms of social media. To support the Blue Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Blue Meanie. To support Mine and the Meanie, go to prowrestlingtees.com/Mine and the Meanie. Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand, go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Use coupon code Meanie or use coupon code MIND. Save 10% whenever you shop at collarandelbowbrand.com. Now you got the cool looking shirts. If you're a bearded fellow like myself, go to madcatbeardcare.com. Get the Blue Spruce Beard Oil and Balm. Shout out to my boy Josh Thornton, doing an amazing job over there at madcatbeardcare.com. He rounds the cats up, takes them to the vet, gets them back to health, and releases them out, back into the wild, all on his own accord. So any dollar you spend at madcatbeardcare.com goes right and take care of the kitties. So the Ultra Pro Wrestling video game coming to all major consoles in 2024. Ultra Pro Wrestling contains not only original characters created by the amazing Al Haney, but many real-world wrestlers, including myself, that I'm trying not to spoil. For more information, go to ultraprowrestling.com or follow them on Twitter at UPW Video Game. That's at UPW Video Game on the Twitter. Figure Collections Bone Crushing Wrestler Series 1 variants of the Blue Meanie are available right now. All Series 1 can be ordered now at shop.figurecollections.com. That's shop.figurecollections.com. You can get yourself an old school Blue Meanie or BWO Blue Meanie. The BWO Blue Meanie is pretty limited, so you might want to get that while you still can. Go to shop.figurecollections.com. Shout out to Jim Nelson over at glaciersofIce.com. Jim made a 3x3 only handmade custom BWO Air Jordan 1 sneakers for Stevie, Nova, and myself. Each pair takes Jim about 50 hours per pair. So if you want to see him make these amazing looking shoes, go to follow him on all forms of social media at GOI Kicks. That's GOI Kicks. To have the Blue Meanie on your podcast, go to podstarz.net. That's PODSTARZ.net. Register your podcast and then book the Blue Guy for your podcast. Simple as that. Cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO for birthdays, holidays, and well wishes.
I just did a couple last week, and they're a lot of fun. So let's try to make somebody's day a little bit brighter over at cameo.com/Blue Meanie, BWO. But most importantly, Mr. Barnard, where can we find you, sir?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, and also on Blue Sky. I'm actually really enjoying that app, Meanie. I have to be honest with you. I haven't been on in a couple of days, but I'm enjoying it. It's like Twitter without the bullshit and the dumpster fires. So you can find me there at This Is Goober. Yes, it's my handle. No, I'm not changing it. It's a brand, pal. You can also listen to my second show, Foundation Radio, by going to foundationradio.net. I got a lot of great shows coming up. Guests include Cameron Hawkins, Alfred Kunawa, Sir Wilkins. Duke Bennett will be on the show as well. We got a couple of Sam Watch's Bad Wrestling Poorlies coming up. Most recently, we watched Hell in a Cell 2019, and Sam had a lot of thoughts about that. So come and listen to me and the executive voice pull apart all the bad matches in the history of wrestling at foundationradio.net. Don't forget the holidays are coming up. And you can pick up your favorite podcast hosts at brothersgaddor.com. You can get yourself an official Adam Barnard and Blue Meanie Wrestle Buddy. And you can actually get them separately, but I would recommend, Meanie, getting that two-pack. That's right, two-pack of the Mind of the Meanie fellas at brothersgaddor.com. The Feinberg method. Use promo code Goober and save up to 20% off of your entire purchase. My trainer, Brad Feinberg, is ready to help you with your mental and physical well-being. So go to the Feinbergmethod.com. Don't forget to check out the homies at the 10th Ward Barbershop in downtown Lawrenceville on the outskirts of Pittsburgh. Don't forget to stop in and tell Kane that Meanie and Adam sent you. You can schedule your appointment today at 10th Ward Barbershop.com. Pro Wrestling Tees /Foundation Radio, Pro Wrestling Tees.com /Mind of the Meanie. Pick up a shirt and keep the lights on at Casa DeMeanie and the Barnard Home for Wayward and Troubled Youth. Don't forget to sign up today and become a member of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com /Mind of the Meanie. And don't forget to pick up your products using our promo codes from our friends at Green Road CBD and Manscaped, who we want to thank for sponsoring the program today. We appreciate you. We appreciate you listening. And don't forget to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share with anyone. Scream at someone at Wawa. Tell them that you want them to listen to the show. Stand there and just play it for them and have them hit the like button. Any way that works. YouTube.com /Mind of the Meanie. Meanie, I want to thank you for your time as always, good sir. We appreciate you. And we appreciate the Pod Squad. And thank you for listening. For the Blue Meanie, I am Adam Barnard. Join us again each and every week as we take a trip to the mind.
Blue World Order
of the Meanie. Peace.
Blue World Order.
This episode of Mind of the Meanie is hosted and executively produced by the Blue Meanie and Adam Barnard. It was mixed and engineered by Carl Pinnell. Additional narration is provided by the executive voice, Sam Krebs. That's me. Our intro music was performed by the Swamp Candles. Our outro music was performed by Chikara. Additional musical accompaniment is performed by Enrichment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X or whatever, at Mind of the Meanie, and become part of the Pod Squad by going to patreon.com /Mind of the Meanie. Find our entire show archive at mindofthemeanie.com. This has been a Butts Carlton media production. Butts Carlton, proprietor.
Blue World Order.
That was Blue Meanie's brain out.